Chapter 1: A Shattered Anniversary. I'd spent months planning the perfect moment. 5 years with John, and tonight was supposed to be it, our anniversary, the night I'd slip a ring on his finger and ask him to be mine forever. I designed the damn thing myself, poured 9 months of my soul into it, sketching every curve, picking the perfect stone. Silverton's best jeweler called it a masterpiece. I thought John would too. But here we are, 2 a.m., and he's stumbling through the door of our loft, reeking of whiskey and heartbreak, clinging to me like I'm his lifeline while calling out someone else's name. "James," he mumbles, his voice thick with booze and tears. His arms tighten around me, his face buried in my chest. "James, why can't you just—" I freeze, my blood turning to ice. "What did you just call me?" My voice is barely a whisper, but it's sharp enough to cut through the haze of his drunkenness. "I'm Jack, not James. James is my brother, perfect, golden James, who's probably toasting his engagement to Lily right now, halfway across Silverton." John's eyes, glassy and unfocused, meet mine. "James, please, just give me a chance." His tears soak through my shirt, hot and heavy, like they're burning straight through to my soul. "I've loved you so long, why can't you love me back?" I shove him back, just enough to see his face clearly. "Who do you love, John?" My voice cracks, but I don't care. I need him to say it. I need to know if the last 5 years were a lie. "James," he slurs, reaching for me again, his fingers trembling. "Why won't you even be my friend?" I laugh, but it's not funny. It's the kind of laugh that hurts, like glass in my throat. "So, let me get this straight. You're crying over my brother, on our 5th anniversary?" I step back, out of his reach, my hands shaking. "You're a real romantic, aren't you?" He blinks, confused, like he's just now realizing I'm not whoever he's seeing in his head. "Jack!" His voice is small, like a kid caught stealing. He tries to stand, wobbling, and grabs the couch for support. I didn't mean... "Didn't mean what?" I snap, my chest tight. "To call me by my brother's name? To make me think you loved me all this time?" I'm shouting now, and I hate how desperate I sound. "Look at me, John. Look at me and tell me who I am." He stares, his eyes red and wet, but he doesn't answer. He just collapses onto the couch, muttering, "James, don't hate me." I want to scream, to shake him until he sees me, Jack, the guy who's been by his side through every late-night meeting, every family fight, every damn moment he needed someone. But instead I just stand there, my heart splintering. I thought I was his everything. Turns out, I might just be a stand-in for the one he really wants. 5 years. 5 years of John cooking me breakfast when my stomach acted up, of him dragging me to bed when I stayed up too late sketching. 5 years of him laughing at my dumb jokes, planning date nights, building a life together. I thought we were bulletproof. But tonight, on the same day James gets engaged, John's falling apart over him. My brother. The guy who's always had everything, our parents' love, the perfect career, the perfect life. And now, apparently, John's heart too. Growing up, I was the afterthought. James was the star, straight-A student, future doctor, the son Mom and Dad paraded around like a trophy. Me? I was the mistake, the kid they barely remembered to feed. Mom hated me for existing, blamed me for Dad's affairs, like my birth ruined her life. Dad didn't even bother to learn my birthday. They'd show up for James's recitals, his graduations, but for me? Nothing. I was 7 when I ran away, clutching a teddy bear James gave me, sobbing because I thought if I was better they'd love me. That's when I met John, 12 years old, who found me crying on a park bench and stayed with me until Grandpa came. He told me I'd build my own family one day. I thought I had, with him. "Jack!" John's voice pulls me back. He's sitting up now, looking like he's sobered up just enough to realize he's screwed up. "I'm sorry. I drank too much. I didn't mean it." "Didn't mean it?" I scoff, wiping my eyes. I hadn't even noticed I was crying. "You're crying over my brother, John. On our anniversary. You think sorry fixes that?" He reaches for my hand, but I jerk away. "Jack, please. I love you. You know I do." "Do I?" I ask, my voice breaking. "Because right now, it feels like I've been playing second fiddle to James my whole life, and you're just the latest guy to remind me of it." He flinches, like I've slapped him, but I don't care. I'm done being the runner-up. I grab my jacket, the one I bought myself, not one of the 100 things John's given me over the years. I'm going to bed, I say, my voice cold. You can sleep on the couch. Jack, wait. He starts, but I'm already halfway down the hall. I don't look back. I can't. Because if I do, I'll break completely. I lock the bedroom door and sink onto the bed, staring at the ring box on the nightstand. I was going to propose tonight. I was going to tell him he was my home, my family, the one person who saw me when no one else did. But now I'm wondering if every kiss, every laugh, every "I love you" was meant for someone else. For James. I don't sleep. I just lie there, replaying John's slurred confessions, the way his tears felt against my skin. I think about James, about how he's always been the one everyone loves, Mom, Dad, and now John. I think about how I've spent my life chasing scraps of love, only to find out the one person I thought was mine might have been chasing someone else. I should leave. I should pack my bags and walk out. But I can't, not yet. I love him too much, and that's the worst part. So I'll give him one last chance. One chance to prove I'm not just James's shadow. If he fails, I'm gone. For good. Chapter 2, Cracks in the Facade. The morning after our ruined anniversary, I'm in the kitchen, staring at a cold cup of coffee, the ring box burning a hole in my pocket. I didn't sleep, not really, just tossed and turned, replaying John's drunken sobs, the way he said James, like it was a prayer. My stomach's in knots, and not just because I skipped dinner. I keep asking myself, was I ever enough for him? Or was I just a placeholder, a cheap knockoff of my perfect brother? John still passed out on the couch, one arm dangling over the edge, his shirt rumpled like he fought a war with it and lost. I should wake him, demand answers, but I'm not ready to hear more lies. Instead, I slip into his study, a place I rarely go. It's his sanctuary, bookshelves lined with tech manuals, a desk cluttered with startup pitches. But what catches my eye is the photo frame on the shelf, one I've never noticed before. It's old, the edges yellowed, and there they are, teenage John and James, grinning like they've got the world figured out. John's looking at James like he hung the moon, and my heart twists so hard I think it might snap. Found your secret stash, huh? I mutter to myself, my voice bitter. I flip the frame over, half expecting some sappy inscription, but it's blank. Still, that look in John's eyes, it's the same one he gives me sometimes, or so I thought. Now I'm not sure what's real anymore. I sink into his chair, my fingers tracing the photo's edge. 5 years of memories flood in, John learning to make my favorite pumpkin pie when my stomach acted up, dragging me to the skate park because I was obsessed with grinding rails, planning cheesy date nights with takeout and bad rom-coms. He'd laugh at my dumb puns, call me babe, like it was the easiest thing in the world. He even took a hit for me in that car accident 2 years ago, shielding me so I walked away without a scratch while he spent months in a wheelchair. I thought that meant something. I thought we meant something. But now I'm wondering if every time he kissed me, he was picturing James's face. My brother, the golden boy, the one Mom and Dad always loved more. Growing up, James got the birthday parties, the proud smiles, the "Our son's going to be a doctor" boasts. Me? I got, "Why can't you be more like James?" Or worse, nothing at all. Mom once said I was the reason Dad cheated, like my existence broke their marriage. I was 8 when she screamed she wished I'd never been born. Dad didn't even look up from his phone. I spent most of my childhood with Grandpa, the only one who called me kiddo, and meant it. But Grandpa's gone now, and John was supposed to be my new family. My home. I shoved the photo back on the shelf, my hands shaking. I want to believe John loves me, not James's shadow, but that photo's proof they've known each other forever. Did John seek me out because I look like my brother? Was I just the next best thing? The door creaks, and John stumbles in, rubbing his eyes. "Jack? What are you doing in here?" His voice is rough, hungover, but there's a softness to it that makes my chest ache. "Couldn't sleep," I say, leaning back in his chair, forcing a grin. "Thought I'd snoop. Find any skeletons in your closet?" He chuckles, but it's weak, like he knows something's off. "You're the only skeleton I've got, babe. And you're not even that scary." He steps closer, reaching for my hand, but I pull back, pretending to adjust my hoodie. "Rough night, huh?" I say, keeping my tone light. You were pretty out of it. Calling me all sorts of names. I watch his face, waiting for a flicker of guilt, but he just looks confused. Names? Like what, snore machine? He smirks, trying to play it off, but I see the worry in his eyes. He doesn't remember. Of course he doesn't. Oh, just random stuff, I say, my voice tight. Must have been some party. You forget what day it was. His brow furrows, and I can see him scrambling to piece it together. Shit, Jack, I'm sorry. I had too much at that client dinner. Was it our anniversary? He steps closer, his hands hovering like he wants to pull me into a hug but isn't sure I'll let him. I swear I didn't mean to mess it up. Let me make it up to you, okay? Dinner tonight, just us. I'll even burn a pie for you. I laugh despite myself, because he's terrible at baking and he knows it. You're gonna poison me with your cooking? That's your grand apology? Hey, my pie's only slightly lethal, he says, grinning, and for a second, it feels like us again. But then I remember the photo, the way he cried for James, and the warmth in my chest turns cold. I'll think about it, I say, standing up. I've got sketches to finish. Don't want my clients thinking I'm as flaky as your pie crust. He laughs, but it's strained, and I can tell he's trying to read me. Jack, you okay? You seem off. I'm fine, I lie, brushing past him. Just don't drink so much next time. You're a mess when you're wasted. I leave him standing there, his eyes following me like he knows he's on thin ice. I head to my studio, a corner of the loft filled with half-finished canvases and sketch pads. I try to draw, but my lines come out shaky, all sharp edges and no flow. I keep seeing that photo, John's teenage smile, James's effortless charm. I keep hearing John's voice, slurring my brother's name. I can't do this, not yet. I love him too much to walk away, but I can't keep pretending everything's fine. So I'll give him 3 months. 3 months to prove I'm not just a stand-in for James. 3 months to show me he loves me. If he can't, I'm done. I'll walk away from Silverton, from him, from everything. Because I deserve more than being someone's second choice. Chapter 3, Playing the Part. 3 months. That's the deadline I've given John to prove I'm not just a consolation prize. I'm trying to act normal, like my heart isn't a war zone, but every time he smiles at me, I wonder if he's seeing James. It's been a week since our anniversary disaster, and John's back to being Mr. Perfect Boyfriend, making my coffee just the way I like it, sneaking kisses when I'm sketching, acting like nothing happened. But something did happen, and I can't unhear him crying for my brother. I'm sprawled on the couch, doodling on my tablet, when John comes home, loosening his tie like he's stepping out of a magazine shoot. He's all sharp suits and easy charm, the kind of guy who could sell ice to a snowman. Miss me, babe? He asks, dropping his briefcase and flopping beside me. Miss your wallet, maybe, I quip, not looking up from my screen. You owe me for that pizza I ordered last night. He laughs, leaning over to peek at my sketch, a half-finished skateboarder mid-trick. Damn, Jack, this is sick. You're gonna make bank with these designs. He nudges my shoulder, his warmth seeping through my hoodie. How about I take you out tonight? Somewhere fancy, make up for last week? I glance at him, searching for a crack in his perfect act. You mean make up for forgetting our anniversary? Or for getting so drunk you thought I was someone else? My tone's light, but there's an edge to it, and I see him wince. Jack, I said I'm sorry, he says, his voice soft, like he's handling glass. I was a mess. Won't happen again. Promise. He reaches for my hand, and I let him take it, but my fingers stay limp. Come on, let me spoil you. You deserve it. Spoil me with what? Burnt pie again? I smirk, trying to keep things easy, but my chest aches. He's saying all the right things, but I keep hearing James in his slurred, drunken voice. Hey, my pie's a work in progress, he says, grinning. But seriously, name the place. Italian? Sushi? That new rooftop bar you keep talking about? I shrug, setting my tablet down. Maybe later. I've got a deadline. It's a half-truth. I do have work, but mostly I need space to breathe, to figure out if I can trust him again. He tilts his head, studying me. You sure you're okay? You've been quiet all week. Not even yelling at me for stealing your fries. Maybe I'm just growing up. I say, forcing a grin. Gotta save my energy for important stuff, like not letting you ruin my dinner again. He laughs, but it's cautious, like he knows I'm dodging. Alright, but I'm holding you to that date night. I'm not letting my favorite artist turn into a hermit. He heads to the kitchen, humming as he starts pulling out ingredients for dinner. I watch him, my heart twisting. He's trying so hard, chopping veggies, joking about how he's basically a Michelin chef now. It's the John the first fell for, the one who spent 2 months learning to cook because my stomach can't handle takeout every night. The one who stayed up with me after Grandpa died, holding me while I cried like a kid. But now, every sweet gesture feels like a question mark. Is he doing this for me, or because I remind him of James? Over the next 3 months, he's relentless. He leaves sticky notes on my sketchpads with dumb messages like, "You're hotter than my coffee." He drags me to the skate park, cheering like an idiot when I land a trick. He even books a weekend trip to the coast, just us, where we spend hours walking the beach, laughing over nothing. One night, he pulls me close under the stars, whispering, "Jack, you're my everything. You know that, right?" I want to believe him. God, I do. But every time he says he loves me, I wonder if he's saying it to James's ghost. "Yeah, sure." I mumble, kissing him back, but my heart's not all in. It's like I'm holding my breath, waiting for the other shoe to drop. And then it does. James's wedding is today, and John's acting weird, checking his phone, saying he's got a quick meeting across town. I don't buy it. I've got a tracker on his phone, not proud of it, but I needed to know. Sure enough, he's not at some office. He's at the vineyard where James is tying the knot with Lily. He lied. Again. I sit on the couch, staring at my phone, my thumb hovering over his number. I could call him, confront him, but what's the point? He's there, at my brother's wedding, probably staring at James like he did in that old photo. I feel sick, my stomach churning like it's trying to escape my body. I run to the bathroom, dry heaving over the sink, my hands gripping the counter. There's nothing left to throw up, just bile and betrayal. I slide to the floor, my back against the cold tiles. I think about the ring in my pocket, the one I haven't touched since that night. 9 months of my life, carved into metal, and he doesn't even know it exists. I think about James, how he's always had everything, Mom and Dad's love, a perfect fiancé, and now, apparently, John's heart. And me? I've got nothing but a lifetime of coming in second. I wipe my face, my hands shaking. I gave him 3 months to prove I was enough. He failed. I'm done waiting for him to choose me over James. I'm done being the backup plan. Tomorrow, I'll call him, one last time. If he lies again, I'm gone. Silverton, John, this whole life, I'll leave it all behind. Because if I don't, I'm not sure I'll survive loving him. Chapter 4, The Final Lie. I'm sitting on the edge of our bed, staring at my phone, the tracker app glowing like a neon sign screaming betrayal. John's dot hasn't moved, it's still at the vineyard where James is marrying Lily. My brother's big day, and John's there, not here, not with me. I've been clutching my phone for an hour, debating whether to call him. My thumb hovers over his name, my heart pounding so hard it feels like it's trying to break free. I need to know. I need to hear him lie one last time. I hit call. It rings twice before he picks up, his voice bright but strained, like he's forcing it. "Hey, babe! What's up? Where are you?" I ask, keeping my tone casual, like I'm just checking in. My hands are shaking, but I grip the phone tighter, willing my voice to stay steady. There's a pause, just long enough to twist the knife in my chest. I'm in Portland," he says, too smooth, too quick. "Last-minute client meeting. I was gonna text you, but you beat me to it." He chuckles like it's no big deal, like he's not standing in a vineyard watching my brother say, "I do." I close my eyes, the lie burning through me. Portland's 3 hours away. His phone says he's 10 miles from our loft. "Portland, huh?" I say, my voice light, almost playful. "Must be a fancy meeting. You wearing that suit I like?" He laughs, but it's off, like he's distracted. "Yeah, you know me, always gotta look sharp. Everything okay? You sound, I dunno, weird." "Nah, just missing you." I lie, my stomach churning. "Thought you'd be home by now. When you coming back?" "Tomorrow night, latest," he says, and I can hear voices in the background, clinking glasses, wedding music. I'll make it up to you, Jack. Promise. Got a surprise for you, too. Oh, you're full of surprises, I say, and I hope he hears the edge in my voice. Don't work too hard, okay? Wouldn't want you missing out on all the fun. Never, he says, and I can picture his grin, the one that used to make my knees weak. Love you, babe. Gotta run, client's calling. Love you too, I mumble, and hang up before I lose it. The phone slips from my hand, landing on the bed with a soft thud. I stare at it, my vision blurring. He's at James's wedding, lying to my face, and he thinks I'm too lovesick to notice. He's banking on my trust, on the fact that I've always let his little slip-ups slide. Not this time. I stand pacing the loft, my bare feet cold against the hardwood. I think about the last 3 months, how I've been watching him like a hawk, searching for proof he loves me. He's been perfect, too perfect. Breakfast in bed, late-night talks, even dragging me to that arcade I love, laughing when I beat him at air hockey. You're a menace, Jack, he'd said, ruffling my hair. My menace. I'd almost believed him. Almost. But now I know. He's been playing me, saying all the right things while his heart's somewhere else. With James. Always James. My brother, who's got the perfect life, the perfect fiancé, and apparently, the perfect hold on John's heart. I'm just the guy he settled for, the one he kisses when he can't have the real thing. I stop pacing, my eyes landing on the ring box on the nightstand. I haven't opened it since that night, but I do now, flipping it open to stare at the silver band I designed. 9 months of my life, etched into every detail, meant for a future that doesn't exist. I snap it shut, shoving it into my pocket. I can't look at it anymore. I grab my phone again, my fingers moving before I can stop them. I text James, congrats on the wedding, bro, hope you and Lily are happy. It's short, polite, but it feels like swallowing glass. I don't expect a reply. He's probably cutting cake or dancing with his bride, but my phone buzzes almost instantly. Thanks, Jack. James writes. Means a lot. You okay? I stare at the screen, my throat tight. James has always been the good brother, the one who remembered my birthday, who showed up to my art shows when Mom and Dad didn't. But he's part of this too, isn't he? He knew John before I did. Did he know John loved him? Did he keep it from me? I don't reply. I can't. Not yet. Instead, I head to the closet, pulling out my old duffel bag, the one I bought with my own money, not John's. I start tossing in my stuff, a few t-shirts, my favorite hoodie, my sketch pads. Nothing he paid for. Nothing that ties me to him. My hands are steady now, my mind clear. I'm done. Done with his lies, his half-truths, his heart that's never fully mine. I pause, looking around the loft we shared for 5 years. The couch where we'd binge shows, the kitchen where he'd burn toast and laugh about it, the bed where he'd hold me like I was his world. It's all a lie now, tainted by James's shadow. I can't stay here, not anymore. I sit on the couch, the tracker app still open, John's dot mocking me from the vineyard. I could go there, confront him, make a scene. But what's the point? He's made his choice, and it's not me. I'm not going to beg for scraps of his love. Not again. Tomorrow, I'll leave Silverton. I'll take Grandpa's inheritance and start over somewhere new, somewhere John and James can't find me. But first, I need to say goodbye to both of them. I need to hear James's side, to know if he's been lying too. And John? I'll give him one last chance to come clean, even though I know he won't. Because deep down, I'm still the idiot who loves him, the idiot who hopes he'll choose me. But if he doesn't, I'm walking away. For good. Chapter 5, Edge of the Abyss. I'm sitting on the floor of our loft, surrounded by empty beer bottles, the kind I swore I'd never touch because they mess with my stomach. But tonight I don't care. The alcohol burns going down, mixing with the ache in my chest, but it doesn't numb the pain like I hoped. John's still at James's wedding, probably toasting to their happiness while I'm here, falling apart. My phone's silent, no calls, no texts, just the tracker app's cold confirmation that he's still there, lying to me. I take another swig, the bottle shaking in my hand. Why does it hurt so much? I lean my head back against the couch, the room spinning slightly. 5 years with John flashed through my mind, him laughing when I spilled paint on his favorite shirt, teaching me to parallel park in his fancy SUV, holding me so tight after Grandpa's funeral I thought I'd never breathe again. He was my safe place, the one person who saw me when Mom and Dad didn't. Growing up, I was the kid they forgot, the one they left with Grandpa while they fawned over James. "Why can't you be more like your brother?" Mom would snap, her eyes cold. Dad just ignored me, like I was invisible. Grandpa was the only one who cared, calling me kiddo, teaching me to draw, promising I'd find my own family someday. I thought I had with John. I was wrong. Another gulp, and my stomach protests, a sharp stab that makes me wince. I ignore it, my mind drifting to that day I ran away at 7, clutching James's old teddy bear, crying because I thought if I disappeared, maybe they'd miss me. John found me then, a cocky 12-year-old who bought me a soda and waited with me until Grandpa showed up. "You don't need them," he'd said, his eyes bright. "You'll make your own family." I clung to that promise, built my whole world around it. Now it's crumbling, and I'm 7 again, alone and unwanted. I stumble to my feet, the bottles clinking as I kick them aside. The loft feels like a cage, every corner screaming John, his jacket on the chair, the mug he left on the counter. I want to burn it all down, erase every trace of him. My stomach lurches again, and I barely make it to the bathroom before I'm heaving over the sink, retching up beer and bile. The pain's so sharp it feels like my insides are shredding. I grip the counter, my reflection in the mirror a mess, red eyes, pale skin, a stranger staring back. "Get it together, Jack," I mutter, splashing cold water on my face. But the pain doesn't stop, and neither do the memories. I think about James, how he always got the love I begged for. He'd sneak me candy when Mom wasn't looking, show up to my school art shows when no one else did. He was a good brother, but he's part of this too. He knew John before me. Did he know John loved him? Did he let me fall for a guy who was never mine? I slide to the floor, the tiles freezing against my back. My phone buzzes, James, replying again. "Jack, call me? Please. I'm worried." I laugh, bitter and broken. Worried? Now he's worried? Where was that worry when he let John pine for him, when he let me build a life on a lie? I stumble to the window, the night air cool against my feverish skin. Silverton's lights glitter below, mocking me with their cheer. I climb onto the sill, my legs dangling over the edge. It's only the 2nd floor, I wouldn't die. But for a second, I imagine it, falling, letting go, leaving behind the pain, the lies, the endless ache of not being enough. I could be free. I could see Grandpa again, hear him call me. "Kiddo, tell me I'm enough. Kiddo, don't." His voice echoes in my head, so clear it snaps me back. I blink, the wind stinging my eyes. There's no one behind me, just empty bottles and silence. My heart pounds, fear replacing the haze. What the hell am I doing? I scramble off the sill, my legs shaky, and collapse onto the floor, my breath ragged. Grandpa would be furious if he saw me like this, throwing my life away over a guy who doesn't deserve me. My stomach twists again, and I'm back in the bathroom, retching until there's nothing left but blood, bright and terrifying in the sink. I stare at it, my hands trembling. This isn't me. I'm not the guy who falls apart like this. I'm the kid who kept drawing even when Mom threw my sketches in the trash, who laughed when Dad forgot my name. I'm stronger than this. I rinse my mouth, the metallic taste lingering. The mirror shows a wreck, but there's a spark in my eyes, something fierce. John doesn't get to break me. Neither does James. I think about Grandpa's inheritance, enough to start over anywhere I want. I don't need John's love, or James's pity, or Mom and Dad's scraps. I need me. I grab my duffel, tossing in the last of my stuff. The ring box sits on the coffee table, a silent accusation. I'm not taking it. I'm not taking anything that ties me to John. Tomorrow, I'll call James, hear his excuses. Then I'll tell John we're done. I'm leaving Silverton, leaving them both. I've spent my life chasing love that was never mine. No more. From now on, I'm choosing myself. Chapter 6, Cutting Ties. I'm standing in the middle of our loft, my duffel bag slung over my shoulder, the weight of it grounding me. The place looks like a museum of our life together, John's vinyls stacked by the stereo, my sketches pinned to the walls, the couch where we'd tangle up watching old horror flicks. But it's not home anymore. It's a graveyard of lies. I've spent the morning packing, sorting through 5 years of us. Every shirt, every trinket John bought me, I leave behind. I only take what's mine, my sketchpads, a few clothes, Grandpa's old watch, and his inheritance, tucked safely in my bank account. That's enough to start over. The ring box sits on the coffee table, the silver band inside glinting under the morning light. I designed it for John, poured my heart into every detail, but it's staying here. Let it haunt him like his lies haunt me. I grab a pair of scissors and start on the photos. Our goofy selfies, our beach trip last summer, that one from the arcade where he's kissing my cheek. I cut myself out of every one, leaving just him, a half-story staring back. It feels petty, but it's all I've got left to say. My phone buzzes. John, texting about some client dinner tonight. He's still pretending he's in Portland, still thinks I'm the idiot who buys his stories. I don't reply. Instead, I pull up James's number. My thumb hovers, my heart pounding. He's my brother, the one who patched me up when I got into fights at school, who slipped me cash when Mom cut me off. But he's also the guy who let John love him, who kept it from me. I need to know his side before I go. I hit call. He picks up on the first ring, his voice bright but tense. Jack! God, I've been worried sick. You okay? Peachy, I say, my tone dry. Just wanted to check in, since you're a married man now. How's Lily? He laughs, but it's nervous. She's great. We're great. But Jack, what's going on? Your text felt off. I lean against the counter, staring at the half-empty loft. You tell me, James. Did you know John's been in love with you this whole time? That he changed his name to get your attention or some crap like that? Silence. Then a sharp intake of breath. Jack, I'm so sorry. I knew he had feelings years ago, but I didn't think. Didn't think what? I cut in, my voice sharp. That I'd find out. That I'd care. My boyfriend's been pining for my brother our entire relationship? Jack, I swear I didn't want to hurt you, he says, his voice cracking. He told me he liked me back in college, but I shut it down. I'm straight, you know that. I thought he moved on. When I saw you two together, you were so happy, I didn't want to ruin it. Ruin it? I laugh, bitter. You ruined it by keeping quiet. You let me fall for a guy who's been lying to me, James. You both did. I know I screwed up, he says, and I hear the tears in his voice. I was scared you'd hate me. You're my little brother, Jack. I'd do anything to protect you. Protect me? I scoff, pacing now. You call hiding this protection? I spent 5 years thinking John loved me, and now I know I'm just the guy he settled for because you didn't want him. That's not true, James says, desperate. John loves you. I see it when he looks at you. You're not a substitute, Jack. You're you. Yeah, well, he's got a funny way of showing it, I say, my throat tight. He's at your wedding right now, James. Lied to my face about being in Portland. So don't tell me he loves me. He's quiet for a long moment. I didn't know he was here, he says finally. Jack, I'm sorry. Please tell me where you are. Let's talk this out. There's nothing to talk out, I say, my voice steady now. I'm leaving, James. I don't want to see you, or him, or this damn city ever again. You're my brother, and I love you, but I can't do this anymore. Jack, wait. He starts, but I hang up, my hands shaking. I don't want his apologies, his pity. I've had enough of being the afterthought. I grab a pen and write a note, short and sharp. John, we're done. Don't look for me. I leave it next to the ring box, the cut-up photos scattered around it like confetti from a broken dream. My phone buzzes again, John, probably with another lie. I don't read it. Instead, I text him one word, goodbye. Then I power it off, toss it in my bag, and head for the door. I take one last look at the loft, the life I thought was mine. 5 years of laughter, fights, love, all fake, all built on John's obsession with James. I'm not crying, not anymore. I'm just done. I step outside, the Silverton air cool against my face, and lock the door behind me. The airport's an hour away, and I've got a flight booked to a city I've never seen. I don't know where I'm going next, but it's far from here, far from them. I'm not looking back. Not this time. Chapter 7, A New Dawn. The plane lands with a jolt, and I'm in a new city, 1,000 miles from Silverton. My new phone, cheap, no ties to my old life, buzzes as I step off the tarmac, the screen lighting up with notifications I'll never read. I chucked my old SIM card in a Silverton trash can, along with the phone John gave me. No more trackers, no more lies. Just me, my duffel, and Grandpa's inheritance to start over. The air here smells different, sharper, freer. I'm not sure where I'm headed next, but for the first time in years, I feel like I can breathe. I check into a motel, the kind with flickering neon signs and questionable sheets. My room's small, but it's mine, not John's. I drop my bag and collapse onto the bed, staring at the cracked ceiling. My stomach's still sore from last night's drinking, but the pain in my chest is duller now, like a bruise instead of a blade. I keep thinking about John, about the life we had, movie nights, his terrible attempts at skateboarding, the way he'd kiss me like I was his whole world. I thought I was. But he chose James, again and again, and I'm done being second best. My phone rings, a new number I haven't saved. It's John. I don't know how he got this number, but I'm not surprised. He's relentless when he wants something. I answer, my voice flat. What do you want? Jack, thank God, he says, his voice raw, like he's been crying. Where are you? Please, just tell me you're okay. I'm fine, I say, leaning back against the headboard. Better than I've been in a while. Why'd you leave? He asks, and I hear the panic in his voice. Why'd you say we're done? Jack, I messed up, I know, but we can fix this. Please. I laugh, but it's hollow. Fix what, John? The fact that you forgot our anniversary? That you called me James while you were crying over him? Or that you lied about Portland to go to his wedding? He's silent for a beat then. You knew? Yeah, I knew, I say, my voice steady. I saw the tracker. I saw the photo of you and James in your study. I heard you, John, that night you came home drunk, begging my brother to love you. I gave you 3 months to prove I wasn't just his stand-in. You failed. I didn't mean, he starts, but I cut him off. Don't, I say. Don't tell me you didn't mean it. You meant every word. You've been in love with James since you were kids, and I was just, what? The guy you settled for because he said no? No, Jack, that's not true, he says, his voice breaking. I loved you. I love you. James was a stupid crush, a kid thing. I let it go, I swear. I was at the wedding to say goodbye, to close that chapter. I chose you. Too late, I say, and I'm surprised at how calm I sound. You had 5 years to choose me, John. Every time you lied, every time you looked at him instead of me, you made your choice. I'm not your runner-up prize. Jack, please, he begs, and I can hear him sobbing now. I'll do anything. I'll fix this. Don't leave me. I close my eyes, the weight of his words pressing against me. Part of me wants to believe him, to run back to Silverton, to the life we had. But I think about Grandpa, about how he'd tell me I'm worth more than this. You don't get it, I say. I'm not leaving you, John. I'm choosing me. For once, I'm choosing me. Jack, he starts, but I hang up, my hands steady. I block his number, then James's too. I don't need their apologies, their guilt. I need a fresh start. I pull out my sketch pad, flipping to a blank page. My pencil moves, rough lines forming a cityscape, tall buildings, bright lights, a place where I can be whoever I want. I'm not the kid Mom and Dad ignored, or the brother living in James's shadow, or the guy John settled for. I'm Jack, and I'm enough. I don't know what's next, maybe a new art gig, a new city, a new life. But for the first time, I'm not scared. I'm free. John and James can keep their regrets. I'm done looking back. Never again. Epilogue, Their Shadows. John's perspective. I lost him. 20 years, and I still see Jack's face every time I close my eyes, his crooked grin, the way he'd laugh at my awful cooking, the spark in his eyes when he sketched. I thought I loved James once, a dumb teenage obsession that burned hot and fast. It wasn't love, just a kid's fantasy, but I let it fester, let it poison what I had with Jack. I was an idiot, thinking I could keep secrets, thinking he wouldn't see through me. That night, our 5th anniversary, I got drunk, drowning out James's engagement news. I didn't mean to call Jack by his name, didn't mean to break his heart. I thought I could fix it, thought my love for him was enough. But I lied one too many times, about the wedding, about Portland, about everything. When I got home and saw the ring, the cut-up photos, his note, I knew I'd lost him for good. I've spent 2 decades searching. I kept our loft, wore the ring he made, told everyone I was married. They thought I was crazy, but I didn't care. I was waiting for him. Then, last week, a call from an unknown number. It was him. "You okay, Jack?" I asked, my voice shaking. "Better than ever," he said, calm, strong. "I forgive you, John. Be happy." He didn't say goodbye, but he didn't need to. I knew he'd never come back. I'll never be happy, not without him. This is my punishment, and I deserve it. James's perspective. I always wanted a brother to protect, to share secrets with. Jack was that brother, but I failed him. Growing up, I saw how Mom and Dad treated him, like he didn't exist. I tried to make up for it, sneaking him gifts, cheering at his art shows. But I couldn't fix what they broke. When John confessed he liked me in college, I shut him down. I wasn't into guys, and I had Lily. I thought that was the end of it. Then Jack brought him home, beaming, saying, "This is my boyfriend." I should have told him then, but he was so happy, so alive. I couldn't take that away. When Jack found out, his voice on the phone was like ice. "You knew, James," he said. "And you let me love a lie." I tried to explain, to apologize, but it was too late. He left, and I've spent years hating myself for it. I don't know where he is now, but I hope he's happy. He deserves it more than anyone. I'll always be his brother, even if he never wants to see me again.